Hola me bitches, this is Cloyce, aka Manny Bish, over on Instagram, and today we are making chrome alcohol, chrome, whatever this is. This was a pain in the butt to open. I got these little bottles off of Amazon for like $8. I do use them for other stuff too, so you get like 6 in there. I like to put Elmer's glue in, these little bottles when I use it as pill base and some like DIY foil glue situation. But anywho, so I'm putting these little balls in the bottles that it came with to help with the mixing. And we are going to take our chrome. I have this one from Kiara Sky and another one from Kiara Sky that I'm going to be using. These are just regular chromes, and then I will be making one mirror chrome off camera because it was an afterthought. So we're just scooping chrome into these bottles and adding some alcohol in there into them. Now, I have 91% alcohol. I don't know really if the alcohol percentage makes a difference or not. So that's just what I had, so that's what I used. And now we're going to be making our next little guy. I also, I went into this pretty blindly. Okay, so the amount of scoops per alcohol, I don't really know. I added more chrome and tried to keep the alcohol level low. That way more of the chrome would come through. But we'll see. You'll see the yellow one there is the mirror chrome. It's Sunshine Chrome from Sparkle & Co. is what that one is. So we're just going to see how this works or not. So I'm going to dip my fingers. I'm doing the gel method for this Manny, and I'm just using Milky White from CN Designer Dips. And I'm just going through this really fast because this isn't the main focus of the video, but I just wanted you guys to know what I did, because I know if I didn't add this, someone would comment and be like, oh, but we wanted to see the dip too. So here it is. Now, I have seen some Facebook posts about it, and I watched one YouTube video about these alcohol ink things, and I was like, oh, I'll try that. That could be something, Yeah, you'll just see. All it is your chrome powder, whatever you have, and alcohol inks. It's supposed to be less messy, all the stuff, just essentially less messy, less of a hassle. But it is kind of messy to make, so just keep that in mind. And I've already filed and buffed and everything, so I'm using this rub-on top coat from Kiara Sky, and I'm curing it for the full 60 seconds. And it's just a non-wipe top coat, but for whatever reason it is marketed as a rub-on chrome situation, so I do have it, but that's beside the point. Any non-wipe top coat will work. And so I put this silver one on, and I was like, oh, wow, that's working really interestingly good. I did let the alcohol dry because, if you leave it wet and go into it right away, it's literally wet, so it's just going to wipe it off. Let your alcohol dry and then rub. And then this was weird because when I did a little bit more, it started to rub it away, and then it started to come back. So I don't actually know. And then my little tool here was literally falling apart and twisting around on me, so that was fun. But what I don't know is that if this was a fluke or not, because I did have I'm using a chroming brush situation that I've already used in the past with these colors essentially. So it was is this actually working, or is it leftover chrome that's on this? I don't know. And I will say that it did for me anyways. That silver one was just the easiest by chance on the first round, and then from here it just got more difficult. So this mirror chrome one, it took me a few to get it right because You'll see here, like, it is rubbing in really good at the top of the nail, but not so much at the free edge. So I had to apply a few layers at the free edge to get it to actually rub in and stick. So that was kind of weird. Like, I was struggling to get it to actually do what I needed it to do. And so I finally got it, but it just took a few layers because it didn't want to stick. And you'll see with this nail that it was just struggle city. Like, yeah, I did not. We're finishing with this one. I went back and tried to rub in a little bit more, and it worked once it was a little bit more dry. So that's why I say, like, let the alcohol dry. That way you have just the pigment on there and not any liquid. So I decided I was going to try and use this. Sorry for the earthquake that's happening here. It is me just shaking my desk. And it didn't want to work, and then I used the wrong end on this, so I got color mixed in it, and I was like, okay, this is not good. Let me get a clean one of these suckers. This one was too porous, meaning like it wasn't smooth like an actual chrome applicator. It is an eyeshadow brush, so it's just got a little bit more holes to it. It's more porous. So it didn't work great. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll use my finger. I don't know. So I decided, well, let me add some of this to this finger, and while I'm working on my index finger, my ring finger can dry. So I'm still working on this index finger. It did not want to chrome at all, as you can see. Like, the tip of it is just completely non-existent of chrome, and the upper part isn't like as chromy. You know what I mean? It's like grainy. It's not actually like chromed. So I was struggling here. My glitter pigment situation on this chrome was moving around with the alcohol while I let it dry. So I was like, okay. And here's where I was like, well, maybe my finger will work. I don't really know. I did not know what to do. I was like, why is this not working for me? If anybody has tried this and it works just lovely for you, please let me know what I need to do, because I struggled. And so I'm going to show you on my last two fingers, my ring and my pinky. Like, yeah, it's more messy, but look at how easy that was. I'm sorry, but look at how easy that was. It just went right on. No struggle. I didn't have to do multiple layers. So I don't know, for me at this point, because I can't figure out the alcohol chrome situation, I think I'd rather deal with the mess and just put the chrome directly on my nail, as opposed to struggling with the alcohol ink. I don't know. I don't know if this was just a fluke fail, or if it was just like a fail, or I don't know. Can somebody, like, if you've got this to work for you, let me know what you did and how. Maybe it only works with mirror chrome. I don't know, because it worked fine with the mirror chrome for the most part. I did have to add a few layers, but I don't know. So then I'm also trying to fix my index finger, but I think I've added just way too much alcohol at this point to my index finger, that the chrome is like still kind of sparse and acting weird, because I do have multiple layers of alcohol on this finger. So I don't really know how to take this, because like I said, my thumb worked fine, but again, I don't know if that was a fluke or not, because of the thing having previous like chrome on it, which I feel like could be a thing. And then my index finger was just like absolute HELL to work with. So yeah, my middle finger like eventually worked out really good, but it was also a little bit of a pain in the butt. And then the last two that I just did a normal process on came out perfectly fine. So I don't really know how to take this or not. Yeah, I'm just not sure. It's iffy. I want to try it again, but then I also just don't want to have to go through the hassle and pain of trying it again. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think. If you've tried this, if you'd be willing to try it and see if you can get it to work. I don't know. I don't have any solid thoughts on this one as of. I'm still left questioning. So, I top coat painted with the same rub-on from Kara Sky and for 60 seconds, and here are my nails. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you wouldn't mind, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, bitches!